issue because the Constitution says only injured people can bring actions against defendants in federal courts. The states claim they are representing people in their states who were injured. Corporations that couldn't hire high-tech qualified foreign persons and foreign persons that couldn't get in. So that's the first issue. If the states have no standing, the case is over, the temporary restraints are automatically lifted. If the states do have standing, then the issue is, here's where Sean Spicer, the president's press secretary, is absolutely correct. Not on the merits, not that Donald Trump do the right thing, not that Donald Trump violate the rights of people who want to come in the country, but did Judge James Robart properly restrain the president, prevent him from enforcing the executive order while the case is litigated, while it's tried. That's what these three judges will try to decide tonight.
So you're saying it's not about the broader issue, the morality of it, whether this is something that America does. It's about whether those who have brought the case have standing to do so.
Correct. And whether the judge properly restrained the president. Because the judge could very well have said, okay, you want a trial. You want a trial as to whether or not the president violated the Constitution. I'll give you the trial. The states persuaded him that the president's executive order should not be enforced during the litigation leading up to the trial. Ordinarily, when a president does this, the executive order is being enforced during the litigation leading up to the trial. I say during the litigation leading up to the trial because we're not talking about something that'll happen tomorrow. We're talking about 4 or 5 or 6 months before there actually could be a trial in Judge Robart's courtroom.
So, prediction?
I think that the Ninth Circuit will find that there is no standing, and that will vacate the temporary restraining order, and then eventually there'll be a trial. Now, I can't predict which way the trial will go,
right,
but I think that the president will be able to enforce this executive order during the pendency of the trial. Now, having said that, Shep, there are 43 lawsuits throughout the country. This is just one of them. There are only 2 nationwide restraining orders. This one, Judge Robart's, and one here in New York City, about which we have heard very little. The other cases have temporary restraining orders just in the jurisdiction where the judge sits, or no restraining order. So I think that the Chief Justice will probably take all those 40-some-odd cases and consolidate them before one judge so they can all be tried at the same time, because you could get 40 different verdicts on basically the same set of facts.
So that's the issue. We'll find out tonight. On the matter of the president's comments on the judge himself, your thoughts?
Well, if the president was attacking the independence of the judiciary, that's unwise and improper for him to do so.
The president called the judge a so-called judge.
Correct. If by that he meant, well, he's not acting like a judge, he's acting like a politician by second-guessing me, that's the president's unique way to criticize. But a lot of people in the judicial and legal communities, even people that support the president, are not happy with what they think might be a veiled verbal attack on the independence of the judiciary. Do the courts have the right to hear these cases and rule as they think they can, regardless of the politics? Absolutely. That's what the courts do. Their job is not to make policy. Their job is not to second-guess the president. But their job is to say what the Constitution means, what the laws mean, and whether the president and the Congress have followed the law. Not is this wise, not is this fair, not is this good, but is it constitutional and is it legal? That's all the courts should be answering.
We now have a pattern of attacking judges and attacking the media. Are those patterns concerning to you?
No, because I don't think it's enough of a pattern to concern me, and I can understand why he said what he said in this case. If there's a continuing pattern, it's going to be fallout on the Supreme Court nominees, because they have to answer the question, is the judiciary independent, or must the judiciary follow the president's politics? The answer to that is clear. The judiciary is an independent and co-equal branch of the government. I'm sure the president understands that. I think he probably was unhappy with this ruling, and he reacted.
The hearing will happen, 3-judge panel, on the phone tonight, and then shortly thereafter we'll learn.
Well, one of the judges sits in Hawaii. It's the one that is a classmate of mine, Rick Clifton. One sits in Phoenix, and one sits in San Francisco, so that's the reason for doing it on the phone. Do not expect an order tonight. This court is required to write out everything that it does. Expect something pretty early tomorrow morning.
Judge, thank you.
You're welcome, Chef.